I went to meet what I thought was the professor that had the greatest impact on me. His name was Dr. Milton Walpin. He taught a 485 abnormal psychology class at USC. And I tracked him down during this first summer week, and he wondered what was I doing tracking him down. I'd already graduated. And he said, haven't you've graduated. What do you need me for? And I said, well, I really just want to have a conversation with you, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to codify this memory of my one class that I learned something from. And so by doing that, pushing through that, I realized in this 1 hour, I learned more than I'd ever learned in college, really. I mean, as far as life lessons, wisdom about the class itself, etc. And I thought, I'm going to do this every single week with somebody. And I didn't know who that somebody would be. That was the point of intersection where I got a job at Warner Brothers as a law clerk. The second week, I was asked to deliver some papers, a huge stack of papers to Warren Beatty. And I knew very little about show business, but I certainly knew who Warren Beatty was. He was the biggest star in the world at the time as a writer, producer, and star. And I was to deliver these papers to Warren Beatty at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. And someone comes down and says, I'm here for Mr. Beatty on his behalf. Give me the papers. And they became really pushy and impatient about getting these papers. And I just had this idea dart into my mind that I can actually say to him something that is unauthorized, which was that basically, I said to him, unless I hand these papers directly to Warren Beatty himself, the papers themselves are not authorized, and I'm going to have to take them back to Warner Brothers, and we'll just start this process over again. A second assistant comes down. He challenges it. I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave and go back to Warner Brothers. He said, okay, come on up. And while I handed the papers to Warren Beatty, I asked him a question. And that question wasn't really significant. It was just a way to start a conversation that was related to show business and he as a human being specifically. And he turned it into an hour-long conversation on a couch and offered me a coffee, actually an espresso. And we talked for an hour. And I gave him the papers and left. I realized that I could do this every single time I had to deliver papers.